Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope you're having a happy and healthy lockdown 2.0. Before I start on a topic that I've been wanting to talk about for so long now, I just wanted to let you know that I'm aiming for 1,000 subscribers by the end of this write-off of a year. So please help me achieve this by clicking on the subscribe button below and engaging with my content, like, comment, etc. I love all of that. If you're thinking about starting a legal blog or a legal Instagram page, or you've already got one and you're looking for inspiration and more ideas, this is the video for you. Two things before I start. Firstly, I am by no means a social media expert. I've only been running a legal Instagram for around 10-11 months now, and everything that I've mentioned in this video is just observations that I've made from my personal perspective. And secondly, while we're here talking about legal blogs, please feel free to follow my legal Instagram page at sims_legal_mentoring. The stuff I post might be really useful to you as an aspiring solicitor because they're things that I don't talk about on my channel. For example, how to improve the Watson-Glaser test, or example answers from past applications I made. Now, onto the video at hand. I've split this video up into 5 sections depending on where you're at in your legal vlogging journey. Therefore, you may want to look at the relevant timestamps in the description below to skip to that section that's relevant to you. The 5 sections in this video are personal objective, adding value, collaborating, originality, and accuracy. Let's start off with the first section about personal objective. Before starting your legal blog or legal Instagram page, think about what your personal objective is when you want to create such a page. This can then reflect the content that you want to put out and the audiences that you want to reach. So for example, my objective when I created Sims Legal Mentoring was to create a community that helped aspiring South Asian solicitors. However, this is now expanded beyond the South Asian market as I help people of various backgrounds, and therefore my objective now is to provide practical, honest advice and answering those questions that I myself had when I was an aspiring solicitor. This objective then affects the content. Ooh, I just like spat. That is so gross, I am so sorry. What I was saying is, this then affects the content that I create. I would say currently my Instagram page is more of an educational source rather than a legal vlog as such. Therefore, pretty much all my posts are about that training contracts process. That's also why I never post pictures of my coffee cup, for example. That's not to say posting pictures of coffee cups is dead. Some of the skills involved in latte making is looking absolutely mad. It just doesn't match my personal objective of providing educational advice to my followers. However, legal vloggers, for example, may be doing more of a day in the life kind of content, and that's what suits them. Some examples of other personal objectives that you may have that personally resonate with you and you want on your legal Instagram page is the focus on mental health and law, providing commercial awareness, or what it's like being an aspiring solicitor. However, in my opinion, having the sole exclusive objective of only creating an Instagram page just so you can talk about it in your applications or interviews is a little bit problematic in my opinion, and I'll go into more detail about that later on in the video. Now, this personal objective section links onto my next section about adding value. This may be a bit difficult because the actual legal vlogging market is very, very saturated right now. For example, if you looked at the number of usernames which begin with legally, like legally blonde XOXO, there will be many of those kind of usernames out there. So how can you stand out? For me, with my page, I realized that I wanted to answer the why and the how questions that aspiring solicitors face when they're in the process. For example, I was told over and over, research firms extensively, tailor your applications, but how could I do that? My page aimed to eliminate those why and how questions, which is why I create things like step-by-step guides on how to improve your commercial awareness or how to research firms. Therefore, I married my personal objective of providing honest, practical advice with my ability to add value by reflecting on my previous experiences when I was in the training contract cycle and using that to answer those questions of how can I actually research a firm properly or how can I actually improve my commercial awareness. So therefore, if you're struggling in terms of how to add value on your legal Instagram page, think about something that you yourself have personally experienced and you may feel like is a gap in the legal Instagram market, and then that can be your way of adding value. Now let's move on to the next tip that I have, and that's being original. I understand that in the legal market, the same topics come up time and time again. For example, how to overcome imposter syndrome, how to overcome rejections, etc. But let me tell you, it's so bait when someone is copying your content word for word or copying your aesthetic style. I've seen certain pages somewhat copy my content on different social media platforms, and for me personally, I don't really care. If anything, it matches up with my personal objective of wanting to provide honest, practical advice. If people are then taking that advice and sharing it to a wider crowd, then technically my job is done. However, can you see that from other perspectives, it's a bit of a piss take when you've put so much hard work and effort into creating your content for someone else to just like take it. So yeah, it's a bit of a frustrating annoyance, so try not to be that person. This next tip is for someone who has created a legal Instagram page, for example, but they're struggling to gain traction and they're struggling to gain engagement from their followers. And that's collaboration. Collaboration is the absolute key. The biggest spikes in my Instagram page in respect of my following, in respect of my engagement, have happened when I've collaborated with individuals. For example, I've taken part in other takeovers of other social media pages, taking part in university events, or worked with other upcoming trainees, collaborated together to provide joint support for aspiring solicitors. Some of these opportunities to collaborate came to me, so an individual messaged me. However, a lot of them involved me actually going out of my way and messaging a certain individual, asking them for a potential collaboration. However, when reaching out, don't just be like, oh yeah, I run this page, can I like take over and that? Actually try and sell yourself. Why should that individual collaborate with you? And this is where you can tie in your personal objectives and how you want to add value from sections 1 and 2 of this video to tell that person, well, this is what my page is about, this is what I want to achieve, this is what I want our collaboration to be on, because it matches up with my own addition of value. And on that note of collaboration, actually, if anyone's watching this and they're thinking, you know what, I actually really want to collaborate with Sim, she's pretty cool, she's pretty okay, scrap that bit out. I'm always open to hear about any collaboration opportunities you may have. So if you're someone who's looking to collaborate with me on a project, send me a message on Instagram or LinkedIn. The last tip I have is very, very important, and that's making sure that the content that you produce or the content that you're promoting is accurate. Remember what I said at the start of the video, that creating a legal Instagram page, for example, for the sole purpose of only talking about it in your applications and interviews is a bit problematic. Let me tell you why. Well, I'm not saying that you can't talk about your legal page or your legal blog in your applications or in your interviews. That's completely fine. In fact, having a legal blog shows loads of transferable skills. For example, teamworking. If you've collaborated on a project, it can also show creativity, it can show innovation. However, if you're only making a legal page just so you can talk about it in your applications, you may not have that sense of duty. There's some tort law coming on there. You may not feel that sense of duty or any kind of care towards the content that you produce. You may not put in as much effort in checking that the information you're providing is accurate. So if you decide to post something that involves providing a lot of information, please make sure you've researched that information extensively. And actually make sure you check the content of your posts as well. I've seen legal pages that offer CV reviews, for example, but then they have typos on their actual post. And for me, it's like, how in hell am I supposed to trust this person with reviewing my CV, for example, if you can't even review your own posts properly? And the same rule of being careful really applies to the pages you decide to promote or shout out as well. If you follow me on LinkedIn, you'll see that a couple months ago, I think, uncovered a scam with this legal page. And this was a page that many legal influencers were actually following and promoting. So therefore, please do your due diligence with who you're working with, who you're collaborating with, who you decide to promote or shout out, because people are relying on the information that you produce, especially if you've got a large following. But yeah, apologies if that last section was a bit blunt. I just think it's really important to ensure that the information you're putting out is as accurate as it can be. But yeah, hopefully this video is useful to those of you who are starting a legal blog or Instagram page or want to vlog their journey. And it's also helped those of you who already have legal pages but want to gain more traction or increase your engagement. If this video has helped you, please share it with your friends. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'd really, really appreciate it. See you guys in the next video.